Hi, Mr. Lindstrom. This is my 1.5 redo video. The first question is asking to explain the law of demand using a market graph. So the law of demand is that as the price of a good increases, the quantity of demand decreases. So if we just draw a graph, on the graph, if the price is 1, the quantity will be 50. If the price moves up to 2, it will be 40, 30, or 3 will go to 30, 4 will go to 20, 5, 10, and so on. This shows that when the price increases, the quantity of demand will go down and vice versa. So when the price goes down, the quantity of demand will go up. The second question is asking what the difference between moving along the curve and a shift in demand is. So again, if we just draw a graph, a movement along the demand curve only occurs due to a change of the price in the product itself, represented in a change in the quantity demanded, while a shift in the demand curve going outwards or inwards is caused by one of the non-price factors, so ripe. So if the income of a consumer increases, then it will shift to the right, and then vice versa. Question 3 is asking what an increase in demand looks like and a decrease in demand looks like on a graph. So if this is where demand starts, an increase in demand would shift outwards to the right. This would happen if, say, the preference of a good increased, the increase in demand of that good would go up. And then a decrease in demand would just be the opposite, going left instead of right. That would be if the preference of a good decreased, the demand would go down. The next question is asking to explain the determinants of demand. So #ripe is number of consumers, related goods, income, preferences and taste, and expected future prices from the consumers. If there's a larger number of consumers for t-shirts, then the demand will go up and shift to the right, which causes the price and the quantity to increase. But if the number of consumers decreases, it will cause the demand to decrease, which causes the price and the quantity to both go down. For related goods, there is complementary goods and substitute goods. So say it's summertime and tank tops and t-shirts are substitutes. If the price of tank tops go up, then the demand for t-shirts will go up because people aren't going to want to buy tank tops, so they'll buy t-shirts instead. So that would cause the price and the quantity to both increase. For complementary goods, say shorts are a complement of t-shirts. So if the price for shorts went up, the demand for t-shirts will go down because since they go together and the price is higher, people aren't going to be buying as many t-shirts. So that will cause both a decrease in price and quantity. If your income decreases and t-shirts are a normal good, then the demand curve will shift to the left and decrease, causing price and quantity to both go down. If t-shirts are an inferior good, then it will be the opposite. If your income increases, then the demand for t-shirts will go down because you'll be buying more expensive things, not an inferior good like a t-shirt. So the price and the quantity would go down, and then if your income decreased, your demand for t-shirts would go up because it's on the cheaper side, making the price and quantity go up. If preferences for t-shirts increases, that will also cause the demand to increase, causing price and quantity to go up. But if the t-shirts become less popular and not as many people want them, the demand will decrease and the price and quantity will go down. And lastly, expected future prices for the consumers, the demand for it will increase if people think that the future prices are going to increase because they'll just want to buy everything while it's still at that price. But the price and the quantity will go up because of that. And then it will cause a decrease in demand when the expected future prices are meant to fall because the customers will wait to buy them until they think they're going to fall in the future. So that causes price and quantity to fall. Question number 4 is asking to explain the law of supply. So first we need to draw a graph. The law of supply states that all else being equal, as the price of a good increases, the quantity supplied also increases. So as the price increases, the quantity will also increase. So 1, it's 10, $2, it's 20, $3, 30, 4, 40, and then 5, 50. So as price increases, so will the quantity. This happens because higher prices equals more profit, which makes manufacturers want to supply more of their good. Question 5 is asking, what is the difference between a movement along the curve and a shift in supply? A movement along the curve is caused by the rise of price. So if I have $3 going to $4, I'll go from 30 quantity to 40, but it will still stay on the line. A shift in supply is caused by one of the determinants of supply, so #gate. These factors are non-price related. Question 6 asks, explain using a graph what an increase in supply looks like versus a decrease. So an increase in supply is shown by a rightward shift and is indicating a higher quantity supplied at every price, often due to lower costs or improved technology. And then oppositely, a decrease in supply is a shift left, lower quantity supplied at every price due to a higher cost. And then question number 7 is asking to explain the determinants of supply by using an example graphs for each determinant. So the market will be t-shirts, and the determinants of supply is #gate. So that's number of producers, government, availability, technology, and expected future prices by producers. So first, for number of producers, if there's an increase, the supply curve will shift to the right, because since there's more producers, the quantity will increase. This is because with more producers, there will be a greater quantity supplied at every price level. So this means the prices will go down, but the quantity would go up. Next, for government, there is subsidies and taxes. So if there's a tax placed on t-shirts, the supply will shift to the left because less producers are willing to supply it because of the tax. This will cause the price to go up, but the quantity to go down. Subsidies are a government payment to help businesses produce. So instead of shifting to the left, they will shift to the right, and more companies will want to supply them. This will cause the quantity to go up and the price to go down. Availability for t-shirts is availability of resources. So say it's cotton, if there's a decrease in cotton availability, the supply will also decrease and shift to the left, causing the price to go up and the quantity to go down. If there's more availability for cotton, then the supply would increase because there's more cotton to make t-shirts, making the price go down, but the quantity go up. For the technology of producing t-shirts, say the heat press machine for printing the graphics onto t-shirt gets better. So the supply will go up and the prices will go down, but the quantity will go up. And lastly, for expected future prices, if producers expect a higher future price for t-shirts in the future, they will decrease the current supply, causing the supply curve to shift to the left. This is because they're holding back goods to sell later for more profit. That will cause the price to go up and the quantity to go down. The opposite would happen if producers expected the price to drop. It would shift to the left and the prices would go down, but the quantities would go up. That's because they're going to try to sell more products while they have higher prices.